Welcome, everybody. Episode 36 of the latest.
Hello.
And Brad, I'll be going, Sunday going to Vegas. The last time I was there, we were hanging out for CES. So it'll be good. It'll just be good now to see just really the progression. We'll go over the conference in a minute as part of the show. But yeah, just it's amazing that's only been 7 months ago or something, right?
Yeah, I think you look back at how futuristic some of those tools seemed, and then they're making them. Like Sean, who had the Lucy pin, and oh my goodness, I've got to quickly look where it is. Memories.ai. Let's did we look at memories.ai? I think we were going to. I don't think we
I don't
did.
think we did. We could definitely. That'll be. And I wonder if he's going to be at this show. I'd
Yeah.
love to connect with him. I didn't realize he had gone to Brain Juice. I think you mentioned that last time.
Well, Sean is on British time.
Oh, I
So
thought it was Cambridge, Massachusetts, not Cambridge, UK, for some reason. But
no, because we talked and he was like, oh, he's like, it's like 3 in the morning when you guys have your show. So anybody that's listening or watching on Monday nights, we do Brain Juice, but it's Monday nights Eastern, so it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So let's have a look at his products here. So the connection here is that David's going to Vegas. He's going to tell us about that. Earlier this year, the latest team, Brad and David, were in Vegas for CES, and we came across Sean. And Sean had what they were calling then the Lucy pin, which was like a square or rectangular device that you might pin to your shirt, looked like a name tag, and it would record 4K video. So if we were used to satellite television and cable television, then it went up to 1080p off of 720p, and then it went up to 4000, went up to 4K. It's the kind of quality you expect from the best TV in Best Buy, streamed from a little pin on your shirt. And the technology behind that is that they could search video. All right, David, that's the big thing is that they could search video. I'm going to reshare my screen to make sure I share it for sound because we're going to watch a little bit of this. We're going to share sound, optimize for video, and we're going to pick Sean's video. Here we go. So this is memories.ai. We saw this tech live. I think, David, we thought it was one of the most impressive technology we saw at the show,
definitely.
right? And at the time in January, this seemed like far off into the future. It was like maybe one day we'll be able to type in, hey, what was that birthday party I went to? And it'll go right to it. So check this out. So this is a promotional video for the product where he talks about it. Let's look at this here.
Meaning is buried in hundreds of thousands of frames, motion and context. So video understanding is much harder and often more important. Yet it's a problem that hasn't been fully solved. Some models, such as Gemini, can handle video to some extent. But if we want AI to see and remember the world the way humans do, it runs into two big problems. The first, AI models can only process about an hour of video. And second, the longer the video, the more AI starts to hallucinate. However, humans can recall years, even decades of what they've seen. Me, it's 28 years of visual memories that I can retrieve anytime. For example, if I ask you what was the last time you had an amazing burger, you would vividly recall the burger, who you were with, and what the restaurant looks like. Inspired by how humans store and retrieve memories, we built the world's first large visual memory model.
So that's what's interesting here, David, is that we've been looking at large language models, and Sean is saying these are large visual memory models, and like he's saying, you have an hour video if you filmed an hour of your podcast, an hour of your kid's soccer game, an hour of your wedding, an hour of on vacation, an hour of security footage outside your warehouse, whatever it is. An hour in today's technology is a lot. So he's made a model for a large amount of files, and they're using what they call visual memory.
Unlike other large language models, we compress, index, and retrieve video moments. With our large visual memory model, we've achieved ultra-low hallucination with almost unlimited context window.
So that means, David, that you could put in hundreds of hours of content. He's going to show us in a second. They put in 10 episodes of a television show, Westworld, and then 10 Marvel episodes, and they can retrieve things. This is what I want to feature here, is that this is not like a soon or a future thing. This went from a soon or future thing in January to August. I think this was released in mid-late July. It was like 6 months later.
For example, let's take the TV show Westworld. We've uploaded over 10 episodes. and it's over 10 hours long. We can ask this question, count all the fight scenes and describe the most exciting one, and the result is super accurate.
So like, check this out. This is what I would believe to be their platform, right? It says it's got 49 sources of video file, right? And it's showing the purple part across the timeline there of when there are fight scenes from all these different episodes, right? And what I'm interested in here, David, is that it looks like they've actually got screenshots in the window that you'll see as the user.
Yes.
You can
Oh, we'll keep going with that video. There's a couple more interesting spots.
also ask to instantly list every character and every car in 10 Marvel movies with perfect accuracy and down to the milliseconds to the storyboard. Milliseconds really matter when it comes to actions in high dynamic videos such as sports games, gaming videos, and action movies. No other models can do this. We are currently working with industries to make a real-world impact. We work with security companies to instantly detect.
Like, look at that. They're working with security companies to instantly detect threats and find key incidents across thousands of hours of footage. Like, that is what's in my mind, that's what's the latest. It's like, wow, for anybody out there that has video footage that's in entertainment, but also video footage that's in security and surveillance to protect your property or to protect the people in your community. Imagine being able to use context. So it says, like, you know what, when someone approaches this part of the building and starts to climb the ladder, people don't climb that ladder. I should make a note. And then you say, hey, someone's up the ladder of whatever that situation is. It's a really interesting tool.
Threats and find key instances across thousands of hours footage. We support media and production teams to search, edit, and transform massive video libraries. We partner with marketing and social teams to discover viral trends.
That's what also interested me, is they deal with marketing teams to discover viral trends. So it's like saying, I'm going to go through all the videos and say, are more people wearing red hats? Are more people wearing blue hats? Are more people wearing, gray shirts or white shirts or sweatshirts? I think this is, whether you have a feeling towards it or not, this is a future moment that's happening in the present.
And identify potential influences. And of course, Memories.ai is ready for anyone building AI agents that needs to see, remember, and understand the world.
So for anybody that wants to, check out Memories.ai. That's not an affiliate. That's just a plug for our friend that we met at CES. And David, you're going back to Vegas, like you're saying, going back to a new conference. Should we get into that or do a couple more things first?
Yeah, I mean, if there's any news, then I can get into that. But I will say that we should definitely hook up with Sean because we have a product called Context 360 for Stone AI, and I think there, as he was talking, I'm like, you know what? There's probably some synergies, right? I mean, it's kind of different markets. I hadn't looked at it like that before, but it's great, and that'll be exciting just to see how far he's come as one of the things we do at CES. Next year. And I think as we get those tours together, thinking about places like, I mean, right, it was kind of random. We found his booth, Brad, right? And I think it's
he was definitely at the back. He was at the back and not in a prominent position.
Right.
But we both went like, wow, this is a lot more impressive than the robot dog.
Right. Right. So yeah, I mean, you have these companies that are spending millions of dollars with the space and the huge booths and this and that. You can find some gold back in those places. So anyway, that'll definitely be interesting. Well, one thing I was going to ask you about, because I know you mentioned OpenAI this morning, which we'll definitely talk about, but I thought ChatGPT 5 was coming out last week.
Well, I mean, when's it coming out, right? Here, let me get, I think this is
waiting.
Sean there. There's Sean from CES. Can I get the focus? There he is. Right.
Oh, there is. And that's
yeah. I think they were called Open InterX back then. So ChatGPT 5 allegedly is being released any day, but then Sam Altman tweeted that, hey, things take time, things aren't going to be perfect, and hang tight. What I've heard is that ChatGPT 5 is going to do away with like you having to choose which model it was, which always seemed ridiculous. If you've got a super smart computer, why am I telling you, hey, I'd like to use, mode 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Shouldn't it know you don't need the supercomputer to write a poem for your wife's Valentine's Day card? You can just use the regular model. Um,
Right.
so I think one of the features of ChatGPT 5 is that it will discern itself whether to go, basic, medium, high, or super high on the quality of output, which is to say, did they use more computer to make your output?
Right.
Allegedly, again, it's all allegedly, it's going to be PhD level understanding. But, David, I'll say sometimes when I go to ChatGPT, I don't want PhD level stuff. I have a folder with a bunch of context and you chat about different things. And I thought, you know what, let's go to the good one the other day. Let's see what the good one has to say. And it was like I got like a 90-page report on something when I just wanted a little bit of information. And it was like it wasn't the thing I wanted. So it's my belief that most people don't talk at the PhD level. Most people don't talk at the master's degree level. And most people don't want that kind of thing because people using this for like personal relationships. A lot of people are using OpenAI for how to interact with people. They're saying like, "Hey, am I seeing this situation right? Here's 100 text messages I sent back and forth. Am I in the wrong? Is my perspective right?" And then you get some, seemingly independent points of view. Um, so it'll be interesting when ChatGPT 5 comes out if you can still say, "Hey, I just want the middle of the road one. I don't need to sound like a super genius."
Totally. All right, so we're gonna see that. So now, and let's just what I thought we would do, and what we talked about for this show, is showing some practical ways we're using some of these models now. I right for real world stuff. I think getting this conference I'm going to 3 days. There's certainly not going to be a CES with Lord knows how many booths, but I think they have like 250 companies exhibiting. So let me share my screen and get it all dialed in. Sure, AI.
Now, this is next week in Las Vegas.
Right. So I'm going in Sunday, speaking Monday afternoon if anybody's going, and then we're hosting a round table on Tuesday. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really great, and just kind of another way to kind of like if you took all the great AI things from CES and maybe put them in one spot, right? Something like this company for has done an amazing job. I mean, just the tools they have are incredible.
And
Now,
and you're among the speakers, but the speakers, I hope you're going to show us the speakers because it looks like these guys are like the absolute all-stars, including Jeffrey Hinton and Fifi Lee.
right, right, looking forward to meeting both of them. This former CEO of Twitch and former interim CEO of OpenAI, Emil. I hadn't really heard of him much till this.
Yeah, that's right. I think when there was the Sam Altman situation, he was at one point the head of ChatGPT's OpenAI. I mean, these are absolute giants in the industry that you'll be speaking with. Amazing.
Right, Luma. I just spoke to them. Right, right. I have to meet with Amit. Anyway, right. I mean, you could go on and on. There's over 500 speakers. The companies, right? If you look at the sponsors and the companies, so how do you just manage these things effectively and make sure you're following up and getting to who you need to meet with? It's just kind of a never-ending thing. So,
So you're going to show us the latest way to show up to a conference. I love it.
right. Well, right. So what I like to do is, and this will work differently for different models. And I'm going to start with Gemini. Gemini, I think, has been doing a great job lately. They have their deep research. I haven't educated Gemini probably as much as I have on ChatGPT about, what I'm doing with Stone AI, what I'm doing with the new WITI. So just keep that in mind with the different models. But like you had said a few episodes ago, sometimes it's better not to give as much information and tell it, right? So and what are your thoughts, given that, what are your thoughts on Chat Cowboy? I mean Prompt Cowboy.
On Prompt Cowboy, I say if it's free and you're not putting in proprietary information, use it and see if you like it. I've found
But do you think it's giving too much to the prompt and it's not letting the model think freely enough?
well, it
Enough?
it depends on what you're doing. If you want, the best thing you could do is do your own experiment. Do it twice. Do your own with ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude without Prompt Cowboy, and then do one with it. Where Prompt Cowboy, if you don't know, it's exactly what it sounds like. Prompt and Cowboy. If you go to Prompt Cowboy, you can get a much better prompt for whatever you're doing. You're saying, "Hey, I'm researching birds," and then it'll say, "Great," and it'll give you a much better prompt. I think you could probably do the same just by saying to ChatGPT, give me a better prompt. But people seem to like it. So I say if you like it, it's working for you, go for it.
Right. Okay, my goals are to connect with people for WITI and Stone AI. Um,
So here's where I would give the chat window the URL for each.
yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah. That's my latest method. It's just I go and open up a tab, get the URL and copy the www.witty dot and the stone AI
Right.
dot, paste those in. Um,
Yep.
Because these tools can now browse websites. If you don't know, it used to be the case that they couldn't, or they said they couldn't, but now they can.
Right. And then here I'll put
Because your Stone AI Studios is a new URL from 10 days
right.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, exactly. All right. So now what I normally do is then I'll just take this and notice I did put in please use deep research. So now Prompt Cowboy will know that.
Mm.
And I'm going to just create a new window here. We'll add Prompt Cowboy. For those of you that haven't used it, promptcowboy.ai. Now I can put my quote unquote lazy prompt in here.
I
I
like
hit
that you tell it what you like. I learned this from you. You say hi chat, hi Vio, hi Gemini. So you're saying hi Gem.
right. And I say, please use deep research. So now it kind of knows that too, right?
Yeah.
That part of it. So now what it's going to do is it's going to create a prompt, but it'll also ask me some questions to improve my prompt.
You see, I think the interface looks great. Like that's the one benefit of using this is it's a nice, easy way to look at it. You're just going to click a couple of things.
Right. So what are my specific goals, right? Let's see. Let's see. So my goals are to expand MIDI's membership with the right people. Find sponsors we can add value to.
Now, are you a paying member of Prompt Cowboy or is this the regular experience?
No, it's just the regular. I don't know if they have a paid version. I haven't come across it yet.
Okay.
Looking for partners we align with, and they usually give you actually some good um and then I'll just hold down the shift and then hit return and hit for Stone AI. speak at okay, Stone AI workshops. Actually, we kind of didn't know we're coming out with Stone AI workshops. Right, kind of put some of these in. Join initiatives and connect with people in entertainment and legal fields. Okay, so that's enough. I'll give that. What is your target? I think anybody that attends is good,
Businesses.
right? So I'll put Fortune 5,000 companies. We'll expand that.
Yeah.
And startups.
Oh, so you just click these buttons and those words pop up into the prompt.
Exactly. It gives you
Oh.
some things, right?
See, I haven't used this much. I haven't gone this deep on it. I watched Camille use
Right.
it. I think I watched you
And
use it.
one thing too is it always, it still thinks that it's the old WITI. So that I always forget to put in, well, I don't. Okay, so let me just do this, WITI.
So what you're doing is you're making sure you're reading, you're double checking, you're proofing, you're saying, is what I'm asking it true? And I think that's the thing for success in today's world of AI software is if it's something insignificant, you can just click enter. But if you want something that's of quality result that you might spend a couple hours working with, take 10 minutes, sit with it.
Yes. Okay, now I did just update that. It's gonna update over here.
Yeah.
And I think, right, so okay, so then, all right, we're raising money for Stone AI, so that's good. VCs and decision makers, fintech leaders,
Mm.
CEOs, AI consultants.
Yeah, I really like the interface here.
Right. AI leaders, I'll put instead.
I
Okay,
have to
good.
think that someone might have used AI to create this website.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Do you have examples of the ideal connections? So here, then I'll just put in what I cut and pasted from that. Well, that's not necessarily answering that question, so we get rid of that. It was for the says, right, it's like we partnered with everybody, right? Ideal sponsors like IBM. IBM was one of our first,
Mm-hmm.
focused on diversity initiatives. I just think those old diversity initiatives, which we will be talking about at the conference, it's like these programs just anyway. I'm not going to go into that now, but WITI was here pre all that stuff. So I think it's just like the original vision of WITI. Sound growth. Um, the value is community as a serve. Oh, and here's what I do sometimes too for this, which might be good. Because I'm doing this in Gemini, I'll just go into ChatGPT real quick and just say, hi, chat, based on everything we've been speaking about for WITI and Stone AI, give me an answer to this. Oops.
That's good. So ChatGPT has context about your business, and you're
Right.
getting it to prompt you with a suggestion to use for a complex question.
Right.
And if it rings true, you'll paste it in.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Right. So this context 360. And actually it does let you put a bunch of things. Okay. Actually, this is good. So now I can copy these tables, just pop it into prompt Cowboy. That's table number one.
Speaking of tables, David, there was a film and entertainment group called The Table, run by a man named Mark Zickery, who I think won like a Mercury Award for or a Saturn Award for his entertainment projects. And I would go when I was in Los Angeles every week. I think they ran like every week for years. And he would say, when you go to conferences, this is way before AI, he would say to go with the intention of meeting one or two people, to look at who was going to be there. And then while you're there, look for their face. And then if people say, oh, who you're looking for, you say, I'm looking for this person. And he said that his success increased greatly. And now you're taking this to the next level. You're doing like the latest version of that, which is to dive deep on your business goals, your conference goals, and then have a knowledge of who's going to be there to increase your chances of success when you're at a conference.
Right. Totally. Yes, right. I mean, use these tools 'cause it's just too much. And when you get to these conferences, as I'm sure many people knows, just like CES, Brad, right? I thought we did a great job of connecting with people, as many as we could, but then it's
Oh,
like, you know, you're trying to. Okay, anyways, I added everything. Um,
so maybe
this-
you spend 5, 10 minutes there with Prompt Cowboy. So just for the experience for people who are new to it, you can go to Prompt Cowboy and just splash in something and just copy and paste it in 10 seconds. But I think what you're saying is the better experience is to sit with it, slowly answer the questions. When you hit a spot where you're like, oh, what's the answer to that? Go to your chat GPT that knows you and say, hey, what's the answer to this? Bring it back, nice and quick, but still being careful with what you're doing.
right. Now, for some reason, it said insert successful partnership examples here. I don't
Hmm.
know. Maybe that's giving it a prompt. I don't know if it wants me to answer that. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll copy. I'm not going to have to open it from there because I already have it open. I'm going to just replace the lazy. Are they saying lazy human prompt, Brad? I kind of feel like they are. You
Yeah.
know, right? Put it in. Steps is the last word. Just make sure copy the whole thing. Boom. And now we'll do deep research. Now, deep research, I click. You don't want to just click and run away because normally it's going to verify, hey, is this really what you want me to dig into?
Yeah, that's what I noticed with Gemini, and I've learned that the hard way about 10 times.
Exactly.
It
And then
always comes back and says, are you sure?
I know. And I'm like, usually go to another something else. Okay, let's see how it's doing now. And then it's like, meanwhile, it's waiting for me to answer a question. So now let's see this. Okay, so here's a research plan for the topic. If you need an update, let me know. Okay. AI for conference, strategic networking plan, extract all the publicly available info for the data. CTOs, here I'm gonna put, if I can edit that. I hit edit, it'll, right? So I'm gonna say, and business leaders, right? We think about, AI leaders and CTOs, we need business leaders too. Oh, okay. I don't know why it's not letting me click. Just add business leaders number. Okay, I think the rest of it looks good. Synthesize and gather. Great. And now it's a plan, and I can lay all this stuff out and plan, the time at the conference, so it's well spent. Okay, perfect. Let's start the research. And then we will come back. So I'm sure next week on the latest, Brad, I'll just be getting done with the show. We can certainly go over it. I'll write down some new things. But a couple things with OpenAI I wanted to talk about. Because I know ChatGPT 5 is coming soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
What models do you find yourself normally using? I use usually ChatGPT 4.0 and 0.3, but
Yeah.
have you found any value in any of these others?
I think I've used them all as they came. I have used the 4.5 research preview, but I stick with 4.0.
Right,
I use O3 if I'm going really brainy. Um, I think you use the smaller models if you are connecting it to a business and a bunch of people are going to use your business platform and it's going to cost you money. I think the reason to use the mini models is because you're hoping that your customers use your ChatGPT wrapper software product and you don't crush your budget with O3 advanced reasoning clicks. Um, and I'm also not a code developer every day using the code models, so I stick with 4.0.
right. Now, one thing okay, so here's 4.5, here's 4.0. Now, Brad, is it me or I don't see deep research here anymore, an option to click on that? They just
Mm.
changed the interface? Am I doing something wrong?
This I think is a precursor to Chat
5.0
5.
coming out? Yeah.
Yeah.
5.0 coming out, as I said.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know what? Pardon me, David. It's in the plus button. It's now in the plus button.
Oh, it is. Okay. See, okay. Right, because that was usually just to add a file. Okay, thank you. I guess
But
I could.
they've added the study and learn mode this week as well. That's also new. It's the latest, the study and learn mode.
Interesting. Okay, good. Right. So study and learn mode. And then can we give maybe an example?
Yes. Let's say study and learn Substack. How to
Okay.
use Substack because we're going to bring the latest to Substack. So let's study and learn using Substack for business.
Study and learn Substack.
Yeah.
We are creating a Substack for. Do I even need to give it this much detail, do you think?
No, no, I would say learn Substack for business. Um, um, Learn how to monetizing because business will be business as a topic, but monetizing is, yeah, monetize. Monet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the question to ask. So yeah, this is the new feature in ChatGPT, the study mode. And then it
Okay.
asks you questions. Look at that.
So I normally just paste these in down here and say I'm starting from scratch. Oops. Jesus. Oh, duh. It's a little early here in California.
Yeah, right. It's just 7 a.m.
Scratch. There we go. Business organization like WITI. Right. So this is right. I'd say business and org. And maybe we should do one for kind of like a witty brain juice partnership too.
Yeah.
We just released our app yesterday. Did I send you our app? I'll send it to you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Are you focused on subscription sponsorships, product sales, or something else?
I'd say first two.
Yeah. Subscriptions and sponsorships.
Yeah, let's check this out. So this is study and learn mode from ChatGPT. It's new.
Right. When did this come out, Brad? This week?
A couple days ago. Yeah. And this is like, I think OpenAI has learned the sales model, and by putting in the news stories about ChatGPT in advance of their bigger story, people are talking about it, and they go, "What I really want to know about is ChatGPT 5," and they say, "Thanks for the free marketing and sales." Okay, so they're giving you step-by-step information.
Right. Excuse me.
I think you can use this to go deeper. I think that's what's cool is they're giving you a framework to learn.
Right. So I think this kind of combined with the agents is a good way to, right? 'Cause we did the agent on a earlier show, so we have that saved. And I think it's like, let's put both of these in a project and then build it out, and then we can kind of keep everybody posted on how it's going in the evolution. Right, including editorial content, guest features, right? I mean, I think like this would be great. Brad, if we're thinking about like interviewing people at CES and just doing it for product and some of the people from last year, I'm kind of getting some ideas now of what it would be. So let's go back now. I've got this saved. I'm going to share it. But now we have our, oh, Gemini's still researching. But let's see what we got so far. Kind of gives you, and for those that haven't been using Gemini research, deep research, I think it's great, Brad, right? I mean, have you been using it much?
I think it's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you get the research done on Gemini, it gives you the option to make further artifacts like infographics. It's really cool.
right, right. So you can see what it's done so far, what it's gathering. So this is right. So you can watch it kind of just, you can watch it to see the websites and things that it's been thinking about while doing its research, which is incredible, right? I mean, you think about how long it would take, Brad, to go through all this stuff
Oh,
is
absolutely.
is pretty crazy. Wow. And just the time. And now see it's slow thinking and then sites browse, which is kind of giving us anyway, and I don't necessarily want to mess with it. So I'm just gonna leave it. Wow, this is incredible. And it's continuing to go. Oh, one question I had for you, Brad. I think last week or maybe the week before, you mentioned about how you can add your company to ChatGPT in a certain way that it'll then when people search for you, it'll come up. Like I've had a few of our newer members say, "Oh, they found WITI on ChatGPT." Right? Did we talk about that on the latest last week?
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Let me quickly find the link.
Right? Because I think just planning yourself in these models for right for business, they talk about search is gonna be dead, kind of is dead, right? It's not dead. The models are changing. There's so much information out there on opinions and this and that. One some people, oh, SaaS is dead. AI is just going to be able to copy everything. Or watch out for the big SaaS companies. And then I was with an investor last night who's like, oh no, SaaS businesses are great. So I said, well, what about the AI stuff? It's like that's only at the peak of the mountain. They're really worried about that. Everybody else is kind of.
Hmm. So I'm getting different answers. Some people are they're trying to like sub monetize it, but there is a way. Um,
Wasn't it like ChatGPT colon something? I may have to look back at some of the shows.
it's one of those things that here we go. Um, hmm. Yeah, there is a way. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm looking for something specific and I'm too focused here. Um, Here it is. Gotcha. Okay. So I'll share the screen and show you. This is from OpenAI.com. This is from April of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Help ChatGPT discover your products. Okay. So if you look for that string, help ChatGPT discover your products, we're not going to go through the whole article, but it's a openai.com. It's officially part of their blog. Help ChatGPT discover your products. There is definitely a learning curve to these things, but at the same time, ChatGPT is there to help you with it. I would follow the latest instructions. You might want to check if it's changed since April because April to August is a whole evolution or revolution of these tools. Nonetheless, anybody that's doing anything for money, you should be telling these tools, hey, I'm open for business. It's like saying, I'm going to put a sign on my window that says open. So people walk by and they come in the door. In the digital world, this is the equivalent of saying, we're open with a big sign.
No, I love it. Okay, so we'll get into that, I think, on future episodes. Maybe even on the AI catch up. I thought yesterday, there he is. I was hoping we get our co-host Teddy before the show ended. Um, I know. Actually, we're a little over, Brad. I think Teddy's there to keep us honest here. But the AI catch up yesterday on tools like Read.ai, note takers, all that. I thought that was really insightful and great. We should get into some of this search stuff maybe on one of the catch up shows. And I think that's the latest. I think we have been ended, right? Which thank you, Teddy. You knew I had to walk my dog, right? You're just like, get this show over with. I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel you. I feel the exact same way. Okay. Great to see you, Brad. That is the latest.
Thanks, everybody. Great
If Sean's
episode.
out there listening, 9 a.m. Pacific, we do have the WITI AI think tank. He's always welcome to all of you out there. Have a great rest of your week.